Vegans have had a bad reputation for too long and are often seen as a clown for their lifestyle. With countless memes, obnoxious vegan influencers, and the general misunderstanding of the diet, most people just do not take veganism seriously.
We're looking for no dead animals. What the fuck is this?
The biggest concern of a plant-based diet is that it's harder to get some important nutrients. Protein, omega-3 fatty acids, and vitamin B12, just to name a few. Another perceived negative is the inaccessibility of the diet on the go. If you're someone who can't be home to cook every meal, the options for fast food are not good.
In terms of the consistency of this, going with the shoe leather texture.
I was determined to find out firsthand the pros and cons of this lifestyle and to discover if the bad reputation is warranted. Before I joined the dark side of veganism, I set some rules for this challenge. Rule number 1 is that I had to eat 2 forms of substitute animal products a day. So I went to the store and picked up products like vegan meat, vegan cheese, vegan ice cream, and I was really surprised about all the options available. This is some sad looking meat, but I'm gonna buy it. Rule number 2 is no protein powder. That would make this diet too easy, and I wanted to test how practical it is to get proper dietary protein and vitamins without the use of supplements. 1 gram per pound of body weight is plenty. That's it. There's only 2 rules. Adjusting to the vegan diet was not easy. When my very first meal included tofu and I saw the giant block of soybeans come out, my balls shriveled up and went back into my stomach. Every meal of mine included some form of plant protein. Tofu, peanut butter, beans, nugs, vegan nugs. It's literally me. However, they came in small amounts, and the truth is, no plant-based foods are nearly as protein-dense as lean meats. To get the same protein in plants as an 8-ounce chicken breast, you would need 2 full pounds of tofu, 18 tablespoons of peanut butter, or almost 3 full cans of black beans. Which would you go for? And if you're somebody with a low appetite like me, eating that much volume is not easy, but it's also not impossible.
I'd love to, I don't know what the science is, how they even do this. This is crazy. Breakfast today, I have a hash. It's like potatoes, onions, and mushrooms, fried in some avocado oil. And on top of that, I have an oats overnight. This food actually smells really good. Day 2, just had a really good workout. I'm not sure if it's the extra energy from all the extra carbs I'm eating, so I'm not really sure, but I did feel really good. Now, we're on the go, so like, what if you can't cook? If you're a vegan, if you're out, what are the options like when you're out and you just gotta go to a restaurant? So we're gonna head to this Thai place, and I think they should have tofu on the menu. Let's see, let's check it out.
Asian restaurants do have the most vegan options available with the popularity of tofu and veggie-based dishes.
I'm gonna get your pad Thai with tofu, no egg in that, please.
And the food is actually pretty good too.
So you guys, not everything that's vegan has to be gross.
But you can't just eat Thai food every day. That shit is expensive. So if you're on the road, where do you go? Well, fast food. But if you look at the most common fast food restaurants, it's not a good time for vegans. McDonald's only vegan menu item is apple slices. Yes, even their fries cooked in vegetable oil have milk in their flavoring. The truth about most fast food restaurants is that you're really restricted to 1/10 of their menu, and if you don't like those extremely limited items, you just don't eat there.
Hi, I just had a question for you. Is the Impossible breakfast sandwich vegan or vegetarian?
It's vegetarian. It has cheese and stuff on it. It's veggie meat.
Burger King's Impossible Whopper is vegan if you get no cheese or no mayo, but to avoid cross-contamination, they cook it in the microwave. Otherwise, they cook it on the same grill as the meat. If a dry, microwaved, plant-based burger with no cheese on it doesn't sound gross, I don't know what will. The options are limited, but they are definitely there if you search hard enough. So for lunch, I'm gonna grab some Chipotle. They actually do have the most vegan options out of any restaurant I've looked at so far. They have a tofu-based meat, they have guacamole. Unfortunately, no queso, that's like the best shit they got, but it is the best I can do. And there's like a Chipotle everywhere too. Day 4, guys, it's really not been a good time. There's a constant war going on inside my stomach. Even though I'm eating a massive amount of food, like in terms of volume, I'm eating a lot of fiber, it doesn't really seem to be keeping me full at all either. Like after 1 hour of not eating, I just get hungry again. I don't know if that's normal. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm kind of already sick of it. I could really go for a burger right now, but instead, I'm gonna have to go with the next best thing. If you can even call this a burger.
The vegan label on food does not mean healthy. Not to say you can't be vegan and be healthy, but foods at the grocery store that are labeled vegan or plant-based are often just glorified junk food. Seed oils, soy, artificial food dyes, and chemicals I can't even pronounce. Organophosphate. Okay, that's pretty simple. Polychlorinated biphenyls. Next we have, what is that? That's in food? Guys, I'm not even gonna try. All to make plants appear and taste like meat. I am aware that many vegans make the switch primarily for the animals. Cutting meat does help the cause, but the unfortunate truth is that there is no cruelty-free option. But there's definitely more qualified people to talk about this issue, so I'll leave resources below. Humans are omnivores and we've always eaten meat. Just ask your mother. It is more ethical to buy locally, and if you can't buy locally, buy pasture-raised and grass-fed at the store. Even avoiding products with palm oil can help. Not only is it not great for you, but to keep up with demand due to how cheap it is to mass produce, thousands of acres of rainforests in Africa are deforested daily to make room for production, destroying the homes of millions of animals. It's 8 p.m. and I'd really like to be done eating right now. I've definitely ate way more food than I'm used to, but I'm only at 1,900 calories for the entire day. Eating this much food is making me feel like shit. And after taking my 6-month pregnancy photos, I just kept eating and eating and eating. To the point where I felt like Nikocado, and I wasn't even hungry when I ate.
Nothing beats some cold watermelon first thing in the morning. When God invented watermelon, he knew what he was doing. This is definitely actually a lot more fun than I thought it was gonna be. You just have to get creative. And while I haven't actually had this burger yet, it definitely smells a lot better than the first one. Through this week, not only was the cooking fun, but I learned that there is a vegan alternative for almost anything. Yes, the options are still comparatively limited, but vegans 20 years ago did not have a fraction of the options that are available today. And most of them were actually not half bad, except the vegan burgers. Do not eat those. Those are disgusting. I only ate them because I already purchased them. While tomorrow I go back to being an evil meat eater, this challenge has definitely made me appreciate the food that I do eat more. Food brings people together, and cooking is like, well, creating something and then eating it. No shit. But there's a lot of joy, there's a lot of passion behind it, and with so many no-no foods on your list, limiting yourself so much, cooking is just kind of dull, and there's a lot that you can't do. Being vegan just makes everything a little more difficult. So if this is the lifestyle that you want, it is possible, but just know the additional effort that it's going to take. Which begs the final question, why are vegans so hated? I think the honest answer comes down to this all or nothing mentality a lot of people have. People see a case of a really annoying vegan online and assume that they must all be like that. Additionally, it's been a joke to shit on vegans for decades. And it's similar to the case of what happened to Nickelback in 2003. Around this time, Nickelback had a hit song, you know it. This is how you remind me. And despite being the #1 song at the time, a lot of people started saying that they hated Nickelback. Not because they actually did, but because of this joke right here from a comedian.
No one talks about the studies that show that bad music makes people violent. Like Nickelback makes me want to kill Nickelback.
Word spread and everyone hated Nickelback. This mob mentality is still here today, and too many people hate on something without ever even giving it a chance.